Now, Barrister Ezeluche, a certain governor, Abdrazak, was of the opinion that media personnel should stop projecting or covering the issue of insecurity in his state. You know, he made that statement through an emir who also mandated the media to stop covering the issue of insecurity, saying that is painting his government bad at this point. And with all the back and forth we're seeing, people are denying killings in Nigeria. Some are beginning to water it down, calling it more like a clash, not killings. Even when we saw a one-time level of people being killed and all. No, help us actually work around this. With the new challenge given to Nigerian government to end issue of terrorism, banditry, insurgent, and all that, are we going to see that happen anytime soon?
Thank you very much. Let me just first of all address the issue of the U.S., what happened in the U.S. Congress. Right. I hope that Godswill Akpabio, Barrow, his deputy, Abbas, the Speaker of the House, and Benjamin Kalu, they watched and listened to how legislators behave and react to emergency situations. And it's not to sit down and be shouting those in favor, say aye, those against, say nay, and boom, nothing happens. Because you see, it's unfortunate for Nigeria, even foreigners have more empathy for our situation than the people who are supposed to rule over us. It played out yesterday. Look at a US member of the House shedding tears for the killings in Nigeria, and a rascal who is a governor, I mean, using these words, because if you don't call a spade, my dear, will keep on perambulating. When you say rascal, you call him a rascal. A governor comes out, killings are going on around your state. You now want to pursue those who are reporting the killings.
Do you think it's appropriate to call a governor a rascal?
I'm coming.
They should,
I'm coming. It's not your words, it's my words.
Simmer down on the
Because you have not lost a relative.
Oh, wow.
Because you have not been a victim.
I think they should simmer down on the
I would have been a victim on the day Gulak was killed. I got guns pointed at my head by these rascal elements. So when you see,
but we're talking about a governor.
Yes.
So let's
when,
simmer down.
Good. But when a man says don't report facts going on, who are you to tell journalists what to report on? Who are you to tell journalists not to tell the truth of what goes on in your state? And who do you use to pass that message? You use an emir. Emir means the head of the Muslims in that area. Do not report my killings done by my own people. And you think we should applaud such characters? You think we should call those people His Excellency? Excellency in what, for goodness sake? Now, these kind of pronouncements by those who are ruling over us are what is trying to confuse the world that, okay, there is no genocide, there is genocide, when in reality, killings are going on. And you are saying we shouldn't report it. What should we be doing? We should be applauding you for going to cut tape of 1 kilometer road when you have shoddy contract jobs. That's what he expects Nigerians to applaud, or he expects the journalists to write about. When as a governor, you have totally lost the basics of what your essence as a governor, to protect the lives and properties of your citizens. You've not done that, and you want journalists not to report that. Come on. Well, I hope that's why we keep on applauding channels like Voice of the People, because most Nigerian media outlets won't allow these views to be expressed. So we applaud you and your management, because at least the Nigerians are able to have a glimpse at the other side. Because the reality is this.
Okay.
The role of journalists is to project the reality.
Okay, now let's stay with what transpired yesterday at the U.S. Congress. And we saw, it was 3-hour-long deliberation. Yes. And you pointed to, you did a bit of a comparison with ours here. The gavel, the gavel, and the rest of it. But in that statement, in all that transpired, somewhere of the opinion that, because I know one of the delegates was asked if jihadists had infiltrated the government, and his opinion was that no, that had not happened. Okay. But then another thing that was mentioned there is that the government of Nigeria has been given an opinion, an opportunity to ask for help, but he hasn't asked for help. He hasn't sought help from the international community. Hasn't said, look, come help us. Is that to say that this government is on top of, issues and can handle it and doesn't feel overwhelmed as Nigerians are crying? Or what exactly do you make of that?
Yeah, well, I mean, the reality is this. What this government is on top of is how to extract more blood from Nigerians, more money, more taxation. They will launch new tax, this, tax, that. They'll put fuel price on fuel, tax on this and that. That is what this government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is. And with regards to terrorists having infiltrated the government, the administration, we know that the vice president, Kashim Shettima, while he was governor of Borno State, a wanted terrorist was seen and arrested in the official government residence in Abuja. That is reality. It's not hearsay. We also know that during the Chibok abductions, during the heyday of when Jonathan was in office, when there was a continued refrain from these people in government and the APC leaders that any attack on the terrorists was an attack on Nigeria, on the north, and whatsoever. So now those characters have now become the government of Nigeria. When you join the dots, you begin to have an eerie feeling that is it that truly has this government been infiltrated? And you watch their reactions, you watch the countenance, how they react to these killings. The same way that Mr. Muhammadu Buhari, the late president, he was reacting. Do you want your land or your lives? Go and make peace with your killers. There is no genocide. It's a continuum. So that is scary. So the reality is this. Has there been infiltration? Yes. But to what extent is now the issue. Even the killing of Brigadier General Uba clearly was something like that had an insider connotation about it. The general was able to leave where he was, where the bombardment took place, and then he was trying to radio for backup, and no backup came out. You now wonder, in which sane country do you send a general to the war front and there's no adequate backup to even lift him out at any time? But this general was still able, the gallant general was able to still reach out, and still he was killed. The people are beginning to wonder, was there a communication with the terrorists to look at where this man is, go and pick him up? So there has been established signs of infiltration. The issue is to what extent? And has this government showed any capacity or willingness to attract external support? No, because the Americans are saying, yes, what we even give to you, you leave it and the terrorists take it. Because if you look at the ammunition displayed by these terrorists, they don't buy it in the shop, in supermarkets. It is usually government issued, and they have to take it out.
All right, Barrister Adams, let me come to you. Like, we're talking about what the government has done or what the government seems to be doing. The president has ordered Matawale to relocate to Kebbi State, where these schoolgirls were abducted. What level of impact would that make, his presence there? The Barrister Eluche said something about it, that probably he's going to have more security to protect him instead of channeling them to the appropriate ward. Do you think that the president shouldn't have taken that decision? Because we have also seen before where the president said, Chief of Army Staff relocate to Benue State after the water killings and all of that. The IGP was there, Chief of Defense Staff was there, Chief of Army Staff was there. And when they left, we had more killings in Benue State.
See, what the president did, or by sending that delegation to that, what we call that place, it's a very wrong decision. People that should even get there, civilians, are psychologists, who should go there and talk to the victims or families of the victims, who can, soothe their pains, the pangs of losing, family members, or, abduction. If you have your family member being abducted, by a gang, a bandit gang, that is, they should have sent more of those people to go and talk to them, calm their afraid nerves. Then the next thing that ought to be is that the military should swing into full action. Within 24 hours, recover those girls and bring them back, or the students and bring them back, those who were abducted. So Matawale going there is just plain shared politics. You understand? And I refer to that as what they call it a sanctimonious platitudes. He goes there to begin to talk, they give him a microphone to begin to talk, and he talks in favor of the government. That government, we are doing everything to find out or make sure that those who were killed will get justice. We are doing everything to make sure that those who were abducted, we are going to get them back. But you talk about the Chibok girls. Titore, this is the same pattern they used. When that happened, they sent delegation that go and talk publicly, and the rest, before you know the next thing, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, those girls are still in the forest. I hope it will not be a similar thing of this.
Barrister Adams, as we move on, do we see a replay of the 2013-14 issue where the Chibok girls were politically abducted, according to some people?
I have raised this matter in several forums have been, articles are written. Number one is this, that the eve of every election, maybe 2 years to an election, cycle in Nigeria, you see this upsurge in banditry, terrorism. The Jonathan administration, it happened. In the Buhari, whatever, it happened, I don't know, but because their man was in power, I'm sorry, open and close. Their man was in power, the man who supported them openly, there was a temperate arrangement that the activities were not that in the full swing. But during Jonathan, 2 years to an election in a cycle, banditry, terrorism, the same that is happening now. So which means somebody somewhere is orchestrating all these things happening. And the government is complicit and doing nothing about it. This is the problem I'm having.
All right. Then.
Tinubu is doing nothing about the issue of insecurity in Nigeria.
All right.
And we have to go beyond that.
So you're not the only one that shares that opinion. Some of the congressmen in the U.S. also share that opinion. But the presidency will speak differently. What we have joining us right now via telephone, we have Reverend Dachimo, the Nigerian Reverend Christian pastor, activist, a human rights activist, and preacher in Plateau State. Good morning to you, Reverend. Good to have you on the conversation. Let's establish communication with you. Can you hear me? Well, you might need to unmute if your microphone has been muted. You might need to unmute so we can get your feedback.
All right, while we wait for that to be rectified, Barrister Asim Adams.
Yes.
Good morning, Reverend Dachimo. Good morning, if you can hear us, please. We'd like you to unmute your device if you can hear us. Reverend Ezekiel.
Well, I think we have a communication problem and would like for that to be rectified. So we can take the Reverend's statement on the issues being discussed. But let's stay with Samuel. Samuel, I would like to hear your experience. I understand that you lost loved ones in attacks in Taraba. What was it like? What happened? Can you take us through the events that led to the attack? What happened? Because sometimes, for a lot of Nigerians, these figures have just become figures on the cover pages of the dailies. You hear 20 here, 5 here, 100 kidnapped, 200 here. But when you hear testimonies, it becomes more real. It hits really close to home. Tell us, what was it like? What happened?
All right. 3 months back, the Fulani herdsmen started attacking our people. They used to attack them, so we reported to the security.
How are you sure they are Fulani herdsmen? Are you able to prove that they are Fulani herders?
Yes, the Fulani herders, they have their pattern of attacking. They attack at night.
Okay, it's the
and
pattern
they use cutlasses to kill.
Okay.
Yes, they have their pattern of attacking. So people that live in the north can testify to it. They normally use cutlass. They attack at night, most of the times. So when they started attacking us, we reported to the defense headquarters, in fact, everywhere. Because we have army barracks in Takum. We went there to report. All our efforts were abortive. These people were showing lackadaisical attitude. So the Fulani herdsmen started attacking us. As the attack was going on, the army were not doing anything. So our people started running away from those villages that the Fulani herdsmen were attacking. To my greatest surprise, the Fulani herdsmen came on Saturday to attack the IDP camp that is in Amadu. So when they came to attack the army base we have in that Amadu, they did not do anything. They were so let me
understand. Let me get you clearly.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
yes.
They have driven people from their villages with persistent attacks, and then they came to the IDP camp. Were you part of those in the IDP camp?
Yes. So in that
Are you
IDP
currently in
camp,
the IDP camp?
no, I'm not currently there. There's no
Okay, but
network there.
were you at the IDP camp at the time?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So now, what happened was they came to attack the IDP camp. The army were there, but they did not do anything. They were showing like a dazzling attitude. But thank God for
What
the
was
police.
the nature of the attack?
Police,
What was the nature
sir,
of the attack?
they came at night
Okay.
to attack. In fact, they killed a lot of people. They killed a lot of people on that Saturday evening, Saturday night.
What time
We
of the
lost
night?
a lot of, sir, Saturday night.
What time? What time?
They came around 10
10
10
p.m.
p.m. Yes.
And the military
To
base
attack.
there. Are you certain that
The military base is there, and the military men did not do anything. But we thank God for the police. It was the police that later chased them away. But before the police could chase them away, they killed people. In fact, I lost three of my siblings there. I lost three of my siblings there. In
Sorry
fact,
to
as
hear.
I'm speaking, it's just because I'm a man. If not, I wouldn't have had the mind to be speaking here. I supposed to be shaking because I was shocked. The army could not defend us. They were just there watching. And what surprises some of us is during this incessant killing last week, the week before last week, as we're in the IDP camp, the governor passed through Amadu. We're expecting our governor to just have a conversation with us, but he did not. He just
the
do as
governor's
if he did as
convoy?
if
The governor's convoy
Yes,
drove past.
pass from
Go
Amadu
past.
to Takum. Yes, so we're thinking the governor will stop. In fact, people were just expecting our governor, but he refused to stop. He went to Takum, and do you know that none of the politicians, the senator, the state assembly, the House of Reps, the governor, nobody has ever mentioned it in any of the conversations. They are doing as if nothing is happening there. But as I speak to you, we cannot go to a farm because
Please tell me again, for clarity purpose, what is the name of the IDP camp, that particular one?
A primary school, Amadu. We have a primary school, Amadu.
Amadu, okay.
Yes.
Now, how have you been able to bury those that have been lost? People that died?
Immediately they were killed. We took them we went and buried them. But there were 3 people that we did not bury. We just put them on the road and we started protesting so that the governor and everybody, Nigerians, will see what is happening to us in Taraba State, particularly in Chanchangi. So we just blocked the road with some of them, like 3 of them. We used them to block the road. But the army came to tell us that we should leave the road, that the road is for government, it's not for us. But the DPO, we thank God for the DPO, he said that we should protest. It is our right to protest.
The DPO told you to protest?
Yes, the DPO told us to protest, that it is our right to protest as Nigerians.
But the army from your explanation,
the police are trying in this scenario. The police they are trying. In fact, the DPO is trying. He came there. He was with us. He gave us go ahead to he was protecting us. That's because the army came and we should leave the road.
Do you know the name of the DPO?
Police said no, leave them to protest.
Do you know the name of the DPO?
You put him in trouble.
I don't actually. I've forgotten his name.
Okay. Samuel, the DPO.
Yes,
what is his ethnicity? Do you know?
The DPO, I think, is from the southeast. She should be from the southeast.
Okay, you think it's from the south? Well, let's. Well, thank you. It's unfortunate you lost family members there and also friends as well. Very unfortunate. And well, I'll come back to you. We will come back to you.
Okay,
Please stay with us. We're trying to make let's make headway in all of this. Well, we have joining us now Reverend Ezekiel Dachimo. It's an extended conversation. Do bear with us because we need to make sense of it all and probably, hopefully, find a solution to the issues that is bedeviling Nigeria in terms of insecurity. Good morning to you, Reverend Dachimo. I understand it's quite tough to get hold of you because you are, well, we'd like for you to unmute your device so we can hear you. Let's establish communication. Let's get your audio. We seem to be having a problem with the quality of audio coming from your end. Reverend Dachimo, please do help us with, unmuting your device. When you do that, we will be able to hear you, because I understand that you can hear us, but we cannot hear you. Well, if you can hear me, I still can't hear you, but I'm told that they can hear you at the back end. If you can hear me, please, you watched, I expect that you watched the Congress yesterday and how deliberations went. What do you make of the whole deliberation, everything that has been deliberated upon, and the U.S. intending to come? I mean, you have called on the international community to come help. Do you think they will be able to help solve the problem? What do you make of the deliberations held yesterday?
The issue of coming to help they will make an impact if the Nigerian government gave them the chance of making an impact. But if the Nigerian government did not cooperate with them, they won't impact the way it is.
Okay, have you had threats to your life? Sorry to interrupt you. I know you have quite a lot to say. Have you had threats to your life? Because not too long ago, we hear that the president ordered some military personnel to go protect you to ensure that no harm comes to you. Have there been direct threats to your life?
No, the state government released security men for me.
Okay.
And also the commissioner of police released security men to me. So they are following me anywhere I go.
So you feel protected? Do you feel protected?
I don't feel protected because nothing man can do. God can use people to protect somebody.
Okay.
But my whole soul of trust is God.
All right.
I don't need any protection.
Okay.
Because I don't need any protection with what has happened with the general, General Uba. His enemy wearing Boko Haram, but his enemy his fellow men within. They are his enemy. They are the one that handed him over to the Boko Haram to kill him, to swap.
All right. Reverend Dachimo, thanks for joining us again. Now, we are discussing the issue of genocide in Nigeria. Like my colleague asked, you must have followed what happened, in the United States of America, the Congress, the debate there. Now, how do you feel? You are in Plateau State, but your sister state, the Benue State. The governor came out yesterday to say, look, there is no Christian genocide in Benue State. How do you feel about that comment? What's your reaction to it?
That's a normal thing. Even the secretary to the we are chatting. We called me through one of his server's phone, and they connect me to him. What did he say? He said he make blah 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 all sorts of things what Tinubu have done. But I decided to say, sir, let me ask you one question. Do you believe there is genocide? He said no, and they are the same clique with the governor. So what do you expect? That's where their foot is coming. They can say anything, but later, after this government has passed away, they will end up coming to Nigeria and say, please forgive us, we erred. Forgive us. We just said it. This is what is happening to Nigeria. Deliberately, their conscience is so dead. They have lost their saltiness because Jesus said, we are the soul of the earth, and any soul that lost his taste will be marched on. So the Islamic terrorists are marching on them, giving them order what to do and where to go and what to say. So they are saying it to please the insurgent.
Okay. All right.
We know what is happening. Yes?
Go ahead, sir. Land on your thought.
We know what is happening. Because with what is happening in the nation today, It's only a blind man. Even a blind man knows better. Even a deaf can feel that something is moving. Imagine my government disgrace themselves all over the world. Disgrace themselves. I was very bitter. I was sad. I sympathetic with the government. Why will you say that there is killing of Christians, but Muslims are also killed? Then, and so what? Which means you have displayed your incapability. You make yourself stupid before the whole. That you cannot protect life. That is my pain, in which I will never do to them.
Okay,
Never
all right.
allow.
All right, Reverend, we understand your pain. We understand your pain. We are trying to be fair to all sides. I would like to ask you, with the killings going on in Benue Plateau in the Middle Belt, do we have a situation where Christians, probably in trying to defend themselves, have also killed Muslims in their numbers? Or situations where we have Christians troop out to say, this Muslim community, like in Jos, you have in Plateau State, you have Muslim communities. Do we have situations where Christians move out to say, okay, we are going to flush out this Muslim community? Do you by chance know if we have one or more situations like that?
In history, even the Fulani terrorists, even Muslims knows, we don't have the mind to go and attack them in the domain. If you see them crying casualties, they came to our domain. In the process of defending the children, the pregnant women, the old men, casualty will come. Then you will discover they will lose their life, some of them. And they drag the corpse back to their base. But we have never moved to go and attack them in their base because we don't have that mind. We are not terrorists, never be terrorists. But since 2001, they have been striking almost all our village. If I can sit down, it's only few villages that we are not attacked by them. But almost all the village we are attacked by them. Okay. By machineries that they brought from Mauchi, Maiduguri, and Chad and Niger.
Okay, Reverend.
This is what is happening. Okay. Yes.
Reverend, I saw the video. I mean, we all saw the video where you were pointing at a particular grave, and then you were calling on the international community to come. That there are 27 people buried in that particular grave, and for those that doubt it, you could exhume and then prove that truly corpses are in that grave. We saw that video, and in that same video, you talked about you have ordered the youths in that community to guard the grave. Do you think if you are allowed, or if the youths are allowed to defend themselves, do you think they will be able to?
They will not. That's why many casualties are going. When the heat gets hit, the youth withdraw. They will withdraw, and if these people are strong machinery, even if army security men are running away from them, what have we to do, a common people that we don't have the weapons that they have? That is the question. You are holding things, somebody is holding AK-47. And the government knows. And the government hands is tight. Because they infiltrated Boko Haram, repented Boko have occupied sensitive position in the security, in the government. And they are using the insecurity to win election. The terrorists are being paid to go to certain village and chase the people away. The stubborn one will be killed. Houses will be burned. But at the same time, I will not stop sending their material to that village. What do you expect? Tom printing?
We have lost connection to Reverend Ezekiel Dachimo there. We've lost audio. He's been speaking to us via WhatsApp call. But we seem to have lost audio there. We'll try and reconnect to Reverend Ezekiel Dachimo. And we're also being informed that in a few minutes we'll be joined virtually by Mr. Omoyele Sowore as we talk about these issues. Well, let me bring it back to the studio. Barrister Asim Adams. Now, in that conference, the Congress, I beg your pardon, the meeting held yesterday, there was a lot of talk about it's an opportunity for Nigeria, to come to terms with the US. Some have said that this might be a lot deeper than we think it is. That could it be because there are issues with Nigeria's neighbors? We have Mali, Cote d'Ivoire, we have issues, and then they are supported by Russia, and then China is also doing business with Nigeria, and Russia and China are not actually friends with America. Could it be that America, has a bigger plan than just rescuing Christians? Could there be something broader than what we think it is?
If I had my way, I would have asked the colonial masters to come and recolonize us. You know why I'm saying this?
To recolonize us.
Just come back and let the British, whoever that wants to come and take over government in Nigeria here. In those days, I knew, or I heard from my own father, how organized Nigeria was before independence and before that 1960. Every life for the Nigerian man was well organized. Now, if America is coming, in fact, they're even wasting time. Honestly speaking, I see Donald Trump as a man of his words. When he made that statement, it sounded like the statement of Martin Luther King that brought about the freedom for the black people in America. So when he gave the speech, I listened to that particular speech over and over and again. I kept enjoying it. And I was expecting Donald Trump to have even come in here to rescue us within 24 hours. He has disappointed me. See, with due respect to him, he has disappointed me. I am not saying he should invade Nigeria, my country, but let him, as he has promised, to wipe out these terrorists and bandits, from the... So, I don't know exactly what the people are talking about. China, whoever, Russia. Have we ever gained from China or Russia? Apart from loans and whatever that we take from them?
Have we gained from America?
Yes, we have gained from America. The Tucano jets that were sold to us, what are they?
They were sold. Business.
Of course, it was business. America gave those high-flying jets to us to tackle these terrorism, banditry.
And yet to have clauses attached to the usage of those Tucano jets, why we
those who
can't
are
use them
saying that America has another motive other than coming to rescue Christians, that is their business. But what we are saying is that this is Christmas period. Many families will not travel to their villages at this point in time because of fear of insecurity.
Okay, I understand that we've reconnected to Reverend Dachimo. Let me pick it up from something you said. Let me ask Reverend Dachimo this question. When we spoke to Sheikh Gumi on the show, I think earlier in the week, he did say, he reiterated the statement made earlier in another interview that, look, if America comes with the intention of particularly fighting for Christians and a Muslim is killed, Muslims will turn their guns against Christians. And this basically means there will be religious war, break out in Nigeria. Reverend Dachimo, please, what do you make of that statement? Should we be... What do you make of it? I don't want to guide you.
Let me tell you, that statement comes from fear. They are afraid their business will come to end. So that's the language they will enter, is fear. If America enter, they will stop America from entering, can do something. And American fools, they can dictate him in his bedroom. So what is fear statement? They'll be with the Hausas that the Boko Haram, who are Fulani, have killed many Hausas people. There's the biggest crack, and he knows. In Islam, policy villages in Zamfara Katsina burned down by Muslims. Internal religion war is ongoing. Because Christians were sent away. The early stage, the main aim is to kick good luck out.
Okay.
They created that monsters. Now the monsters cannot see, and they channel it on Christian. With good luck, we are all Christians. They kill many in the north. Let me tell you, around Maiduguri was an area. On Sunday, and they will surround the people in the village and burn them alive with gasoline. At the same time, if they will go to another village, they will separate the male and the female. And all the male, they will slaughter them completely.
So when you say it's fear, that is
at the same time, the woman, they will loot the woman and rape them. Every one of them will.
Wait, are you talking about something that is
better for him?
Which particular incident are you talking about here? Let's be sure.
Yeah.
You said on
Which
Sunday.
one?
Did this happen on Sunday? The things you're saying.
On Sunday in Gola area, the people that were escaped, the women that escaped, they came to our place in Plateau. They gave us testimony how they were, their husband were killed. It's not a news in Nigeria. They are aware, they downplay it, and the press contributed, and God is going to
we are part of the press,
Nigeria.
and we're giving you a voice.
We're
giving you a voice here, so we all can.
No, I'm in pain. I'm in a trauma.
I understand.
I know I've buried mass burial, more than 70 times. The blood of innocence. Come and see women that are pregnant. They caught them with swords. Come and see festivals flying outside with incense. We have to gather and put it back. And somebody will come out today and say it's not a genocide. That person is a member of a cult, a bloodsucker. Let me tell you, because of politics is coming, more killing is coming. Because some of the witch doctors have told them they have to bring 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, some 100, depends on the hierarchy. Those that sold their soul to look for charm to succeed in election, how will they do it? Is to sponsor, to speak and sponsor terrorists to go and give them those blood in those villages. We know about it. How many people have repented in my hands, confessed what they have been doing? So we know the game that is going on in the country. Just to please Satan, serving Satan. And if Satan say, I want to suck blood,
okay,
then you will hear Allah Akbar.
Well,
Carry every village.
I think we're talking about two different things.
And they say Allah Akbar, they call people for worship. Okay. When Allah wants people to come and worship him, they will say Allah Akbar, and people will come. When he is thirsty of blood, then the same people will be chanting before they start practice, shooting all over the village with guns. They will say Allah Akbar. That's the first time.
Can you hear me?
The first, all of us we are used to will be Allah Akbar in the village. Everybody should look for where to hide.